Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're bringing you an urgent and heartbreaking story that has just unfolded. Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler, beloved stars of the reality TV series Little People, Big World, have suffered a catastrophic tragedy. Earlier today, their beautiful Oregon farmhouse caught fire, leaving behind a staggering $2 million in damages. But the financial loss pales in comparison to the human toll. Karen Chandler, Matt's girlfriend, is currently in critical condition, fighting for her life in the hospital. This is a story of love, loss, and resilience, and we're going to take you through every detail as this situation develops. For those of you who followed Matt and Karen's journey on Little People, Big World, you know them as more than just TV personalities. They'd welcomed us into their lives, sharing their joys, struggles, and dreams. So when news like this breaks, it hits hard, not just for their family and friends, but for all of us who've come to care about them. Stick with us as we dive into what happened, how it's affecting Matt and Karen, and what the future might hold. Let's start at the beginning. It was a picture-perfect morning in rural Oregon. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler were starting their day like any other. They sat together on the wraparound porch of their cherished farmhouse, sipping coffee and soaking in the quiet beauty of their surroundings. This wasn't just any house. It was their dream home, a historic gem built in the 1800s that had been in Matt's family for generations. Matt and Karen had poured their hearts into this place. Over the years, they'd renovated it from top to bottom, blending modern comforts with its old-world charm. The hardwood floors creaked with history, the stone fireplace stood as a centerpiece of countless family gatherings, and the kitchen where this tragedy would soon begin was a bright, welcoming space filled with laughter and love. They had no idea that within hours, their sanctuary would be reduced to smoldering ruins. Matt says, "Karen, isn't this just the best way to start the day? Fresh air, good coffee, and you by my side." Karen says, "Couldn't ask for more, Matt. This house, this life, it's everything we've worked for." Around 10 a.m., something went terribly wrong. In the kitchen, where Matt and Karen had just been preparing breakfast, a small spark ignited. Early reports suggest it may have been a faulty electrical appliance, a blender or toaster that had been in use moments before. At first, it was just a flicker, barely noticeable. But within seconds, that flicker turned into a roaring blaze. Karen, "Matt, do you smell that? Is something burning?" Matt, "Yeah, I see smoke. Oh no, it's coming from the counter." Karen rushed to grab a towel, trying to smother the flames, while Matt reached for the fire extinguisher under the sink. But the fire was relentless. Fueled by wooden cabinets and a nearby stack of dishcloths, it spread faster than they could react. Within minutes, the entire kitchen was engulfed, thick black smoke billowing through the house. Matt, "Karen, we can't stop it. Get out, now." Karen, "Matt, I need to grab the papers, the insurance stuff. It's in the drawer." Matt, "No, there's no time. We have to go." Karen hesitated, determined to save something from the chaos. She darted back toward the kitchen, reaching for a drawer as the flames closed in. That split-second decision would change everything. Matt lunged after her, pulling her back just as a wall of fire blocked their path. They stumbled out the front door, collapsing on the lawn as the house they loved became an inferno. The local fire department arrived within 15 minutes, sirens piercing the quiet countryside. But by then, the damage was catastrophic. Flames had torn through the first floor, climbed the walls, and consumed the roof. The firefighters worked tirelessly, spraying water and foam. But the historic farmhouse was beyond saving. When the smoke finally cleared, Matt and Karen's home was a shell of its former self, blackened, broken, and unrecognizable. The financial loss is staggering. An estimated $2 million. The house itself, valued at over $1 million due to its size, history, and renovations, was a total loss. But it wasn't just the structure. Inside were irreplaceable treasures. Matt's grandfather's clock, a family heirloom that had ticked away for over 100 years. Karen's collection of antique china, passed down from her grandmother, and countless photos, mementos, and furniture they collected over the years. All gone in a matter of hours. Mr. Roloff, we did everything we could, but the fire spread too fast. I'm so sorry. Matt. That house, it was our life, everything we built together. But as devastating as the material loss was, it was nothing compared to the human cost. Karen, who had bravely tried to save their documents, hadn't escaped unscathed. As Matt and Karen sat on the grass, coughing and dazed, paramedics arrived. Matt seemed shaken but physically okay, just some minor smoke inhalation. Karen, though, was in bad shape. She'd been closer to the flames, and the smoke had overwhelmed her. Her arms and legs were covered in second and third-degree burns, angry red, and blistered from the heat. Worse, her lungs were compromised from breathing in the toxic fumes. Ma'am, can you hear me? We need to get you to the hospital right away. Sir, step back, we've got her. Matt. Please, help her. She's everything to me. Karen was rushed to a nearby hospital and immediately admitted to the intensive care unit. Doctors worked around the clock to stabilize her. She's now on a ventilator to support her damaged lungs, and her burns are being treated with advanced dressings and pain management. But her condition remains critical. The next 48 hours, the doctors say, will determine whether she pulls through. Mr. Roloff, Karen's injuries are severe. The burns cover about 20% of her body, and the smoke inhalation has caused significant swelling in her airways. We're doing everything we can, but she's not out of the woods yet. Matt. Just save her. I don't care about the house, the money, none of it matters if I lose her. Matt hasn't left her side since she was admitted. He sits by her bed in the ICU, holding her hand, whispering words of encouragement, and praying for a miracle. In the midst of this chaos, Matt took a moment to address the press outside the hospital. His words were raw, filled with grief and a desperate hope. Matt. This is the worst day of my life. I can't believe this happened. Karen is my everything, and I can't imagine life without her. Please, everyone, pray for her recovery. She's the strongest person I know, and I need her to fight through this. Later, in a quieter moment, Matt opened up to our cameras about what Karen means to him. Karen's the love of my life. We've been through so much together, good times, tough times, and she's always been my rock. Seeing her like this, hooked up to machines, it's tearing me apart. But I know she's a fighter. She has to pull through. She just has to. Matt's love for Karen shines through every word. It's a bond that's been tested by fire, literally, and now faces its greatest challenge yet. To understand the depth of this tragedy, let's take a step back and look at who Matt and Karen are, not just as individuals, but as a couple. Matt Roloff, a familiar face from Little People, Big World, and Karen Chandler, his longtime girlfriend, have been together for several years. They met on the set of the show, where Karen worked as a farm manager, and their connection was instant. Their relationship blossomed into something beautiful. They shared countless adventures, trips to Hawaii where they swam with sea turtles, hikes through Oregon's lush forests, and quiet nights at home planning their future. The farmhouse was more than a house to them. It was a symbol of their partnership, a place they built together brick by brick. Matt. Karen's my best friend. She gets me like no one else does. We're a team. Karen. Matt makes every day better. I feel so lucky to have him in my life. Their love story has been a highlight for fans of the show, a testament to finding happiness later in life. And now, that happiness hangs in the balance. As news of the fire spread, Matt and Karen's loved ones didn't hesitate to show their support. Matt's ex-wife, Amy Roloff, despite their past, was one of the first to speak out. Amy Roloff says, "My heart goes out to Matt and Karen. I know how much they love each other, and I hope Karen pulls through. No one should have to go through this. Their children, too, have been vocal about their love for Karen, who's become a vital part of the Roloff family. Zach Roloff. Karen's like a second mom to me. She's always been there, always cared. I can't imagine our family without her. We're all praying so hard for her. Molly Roloff. Karen's the sweetest person. She's got this warmth that just makes everything better. I need her to be okay. Friends, neighbors, and even the crew from Little People, Big World have sent messages of encouragement. It's clear that Karen's kindness and Matt's strength have touched so many lives. Despite the overwhelming loss, Matt refuses to give up hope. He believes in Karen's resilience, and he's already looking ahead to what comes next. Karen's the strongest person I know. I have faith she'll get through this, and when she does, we're going to rebuild. The house won't be the same, but we'll make it ours again. This isn't the end of our story. It's just a really tough chapter. Matt's optimism is a lifeline in this dark time. He's not just fighting for Karen's recovery, he's fighting for their future together. To shed light on how this tragedy happened, we've brought in fire safety expert, Captain James Carter. Captain, can you explain how a fire like this starts? Absolutely. House fires often begin with something small, like a faulty appliance. In this case, it sounds like an electrical short circuit could have been the culprit. Once it sparks, it can ignite anything nearby: wood, fabric, paper, and spread rapidly. Kitchens are especially vulnerable because of all the flammable materials. What can people do to prevent this? First, install smoke detectors on every floor and test them monthly. Keep appliances in good condition, replace frayed cords or anything overheating. In the kitchen, never leave cooking unattended and keep a fire extinguisher handy. If a fire starts, get out immediately. Don't stop to grab things. Seconds matter. Wise words. Thank you, Captain Carter. Next, we're speaking with Dr. Emily Nguyen, a burn and trauma specialist. Dr. Nguyen, what's Karen facing right now? Dr. Nguyen, Karen's injuries are serious. Second and third-degree burns require intensive care, pain management, infection prevention, and sometimes skin grafts. The smoke inhalation is just as critical. It can cause swelling in the airways and reduce oxygen levels. She's likely on a ventilator to help her breathe while her lungs heal. Dr. Nguyen, it depends on how she responds in these early days. With proper treatment, many patients recover, but it's a long road, weeks or months of therapy. Her age and overall health will play a role, but so will her will to fight. Thank you, Dr. Nguyen, for that insight. A few hours ago, we received our first update on Karen's condition. She's still in the ICU, but there's cautious optimism. Her vital signs have stabilized, and the swelling in her lungs is starting to decrease. Matt shared this brief message with us. Matt, Karen's hanging in there. The doctors say she's showing some good signs, and that's keeping me going. Thank you all for your prayers. They're working. It's a small step, but in a situation this dire, every bit of progress counts. Meanwhile, the fire department has launched a full investigation into what caused the blaze. Preliminary findings point to that electrical appliance in the kitchen, a defective unit that sparked the disaster. They're combing through the wreckage, looking for clues to confirm the exact cause. Fire chief says, "We're treating this with the utmost seriousness. Early evidence suggests an accidental fire, but we won't rest until we have all the facts." For Matt, knowing what happened might bring some closure, but it won't undo the damage. As word spread, fans of Little People, Big World flooded social media with support. Here's what some of you had to say. Fan 1, Matt and Karen, you're in our prayers. Karen's so strong. She's got this. Fan 2, I've watched you guys for years. This breaks my heart. Please get better, Karen. The love from their fans is a reminder of how much Matt and Karen have touched people's lives. Let's take a moment to look back at happier times. Here's Matt and Karen working side by side to renovate their farmhouse. Matt, Karen, this wall's gotta come down. Let's make this space ours. Karen. Matt, you and that sledgehammer, don't get carried away. And here they are, hosting a family barbecue surrounded by love. Matt. Nothing beats this. Family, food, and our home. Karen. Couldn't have said it better. These memories are the foundation they'll lean on now. We just gotten another update. Karen's condition is improving. She's still on the ventilator, but her burns are responding to treatment, and doctors are hopeful she'll make a full recovery. Matt's relief is palpable. Matt, she's fighting so hard. I knew she would. We're not out of it yet, but this is the best news I've heard all day. Hope is growing, and Matt's faith in Karen is unwavering. The fire investigation has wrapped up. The official cause: a manufacturing defect in a kitchen appliance. A short circuit that turned deadly. It was an accident, not negligence, but a stark reminder of how quickly life can change. Fire chief says, "This was a tragic fluke. Check your appliances, folks. It could save your home, your life." For Matt, the answer provides clarity, but the road ahead is still long. With Karen on the mend, Matt's turning his focus to what's next. He and Karen are determined to rebuild not just their house, but their life. Matt, we're going to come back stronger. A new house, a fresh start. And when Karen's out of here, we're going to live every day like it's a gift. Karen, Matt's my hero. I'm so lucky. We'll do this together. Their spirit is unbroken, their love unshaken. This has been a roller coaster of a story. Devastation, fear, and now hope. Matt and Karen's journey isn't over, and we'll keep you posted as they rebuild. More update. Little people. Big World's Matt Roloff says leaving TV sounds fine by me, as show's fate remains unknown. And LPBW star Matt Roloff leaves estranged sons out of NYE post. But why? Despite Matt Roloff's assurances that he was fine with the cameras following him about, he did confess, "I do not know what my life would have been without this show." Whatever the future holds for the little people, Big World family, Matt Roloff is satisfied with the experience he and his family have had on the TLC program. Matt claims that he has not received a contact from network executives regarding the program's future, despite the fact that the season 25 finale was broadcast on April 23. Although the 62-year-old reality star is unsure about his future in front of the camera, he told Entertainment Tonight that he was fine with leaving the show in the past. According to him, the concept of doing absolutely no more television is acceptable with him because he is confident in what they have already shown. You feel like you have done it all after 400 episodes or so, therefore, in the event that we sense the need to divulge more information, should the chance arise, perhaps. In 25 seasons, viewers have witnessed the joys and sorrows of the Roloff family as they have navigated farm life, had children, tied the knot, and dealt with divorce. As Matt and Amy Roloff raised their 4 children, little people, Big World first followed their lives. Now that they have broken up, the couple as their children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob, have departed from the show, and they have all found new loves. Wow, what a journey, Matt thought to himself. We are a family, and we love each other. Life has been full of ups and downs, but I believe we have achieved some positive things overall. Just like Amy had the opportunity to climb Mount St. Helens, we also had the option to take the family to Australia, he stated. Camels were available for Steph to ride. That is, things that we may not have done. With this program, I do not think I could have survived, Matt continued. There has been prior instances of the father of the Roloff family offering his thoughts on the continuation of Little People, Big World. Matt put an end to fan guesswork on whether or not the final episode of season 25 marked the end of the show in an April Facebook post. "The future is beyond my control," he wrote. "My bet is that the network is unable to do it either." On Tuesday's season finale broadcast, TLC skillfully balanced their bets and placed a nice button on the show, indicating where the family, those who are still involved, stands. I think the consensus. is that they finished up the Roloff LPBW crazy train narrative pretty good. So if LPBW never returns, in whatever numerous other incarnations, he added. So that is why a lot of you thought it was the end of the series. If you are me, and apparently TLC too, you never know what the future may bring. I despise bidding go. Only until then, I will explain everything that Matt Roloff shared with Zach and Jeremy Roloff. But it is shocking news. You should watch this video every single day. Matt Roloff. Why does he ignore his estranged sons in his New Year's post? No one who watches Little People, Big World can help but wonder if Matt Roloff deliberately left out his older sons, Jeremy and Zach, in his recent New Year's post. Their feud began when Matt refused to sell the family farm to any of his sons. Because of the abrupt breakup, the family is chaotic. On New Year's Eve, Little People, Big World fans were quick to notice Matt's post of gratitude. Although he acknowledged many others for their help, Zach and Jeremy appeared to go unnoticed. The father of four sent a sincere message of gratitude to his mom and his girlfriend, Karen Chandler. Before the clock hit midnight, the TLC star posted a selfie of the three of them having fun. Matt admitted that he is not perfect and that he learns from his mistakes, but is continuously striving to improve. Matt got into trouble after he listed the family farm for $4 million with the intention of overcharging his two children. Zach and Jeremy choose to stop talking to Matt because he made them feel bad. Nevertheless, Matt just confessed to ET that Zach and he were truly friendly. The patriarch of LPBW spoke highly of his frequent communication with Zach and acknowledged that he and his son were making progress toward reconciliation. While on LPBW Season 24, Zach made it clear that he was not feeling well about his father. The Roloffs, Zach and Tori, decided to move an hour outside of the state to Battleground, Washington, in order to get away from all the commotion. Matt has always been the showstopper on Little People, Big World when it comes to ideas, but the other contestants often found his over-the-top antics annoying. Everyone knew that Matt had sacrificed nearly everything for Roloff Farms, even his marriage to Amy Roloff. Instead of being honest and transparent with his family, Matt would rather focus on the pumpkin patch and trip plans. Season 24 of Little People, Big World showed how bad the family fights had gotten. Because they declined to help out around the farm, Zach and Tori's three kids were even isolated from Matt and Karen for a while. All Zach wanted was for his dad to own up to his role in the argument, but he was still waiting for an apology, according to Zach. While Zach continues to exercise caution, Matt seems to be ignoring his boys and going on with his life. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.